message from God's Word, here is Friends Fellowship Assembly Online. Where we reveal Christ, rebuild lives, and revive nations. Welcome.
Praise God. We thank God for another new day that we want to encourage ourselves through the Word of God. I'd like to begin by reading the Word of God from the book of Jeremiah 1 verse 5, which says, "Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations." I want to encourage us that we are all the predestined vessels of God. We are all the designs of God, and whatever is from God, we know that it is good. And as God has said well in His Word that He has known you and me before He formed us in our mother's womb, and He has already ordained us as the prophets to the nations before we were born. Through that, you know that God has an agenda with each and every one of us. Us being alive, it's an assurance that it is the agenda of God that we are alive, and it is all about us to search for this God's agenda and live by it, so that all the plan of God to us may come to pass. And I believe that even as God knew every one of us, no one is a nobody. All of us, we are ordained for the glory of God. All of us are ordained for the goodness of God. I want us all to know that we are all predestined vessels for God. Vessels that are predestined to show forth who God is, to show forth the personalities and the greatness of God. And for us to be able to live by this truth, we need to know, and we need to know that God also speaks about it in His Word in Jeremiah 29:11, that I knew you before I know the plans that I have for you, the plans to prosper you and not to harm you, the plans to give you hope and a good future. And as God has spoken like that, it doesn't matter what you are going through. It doesn't mean that, as He has said, that is not the plan He has for us. It doesn't mean that we shall not go through the challenges, we shall not face the seasons. But what shall keep us focused to the predestined will of God is by us knowing that God, the plan of God is for good. It doesn't matter the times that you are crying. It doesn't matter the times that you are going through sorrow. It doesn't matter the times that you are mourning, because He says in His Word that He shall turn our mourning to dancing, and He said He shall turn our ashes to beauty. And also He said that He shall turn our sorrows to joy. So I just want to encourage us that it doesn't matter what you're going through right now. Just know that the end of it is the glory of God, because He knew you and me before He formed us in our mother's womb. Meaning that everything about us He knows. Everything about us is in His will. So it is us to find our will through His Word and live by it, so that we may not miss out on His plan. And also, as His Word says in the book of Isaiah 14:27, that His plan cannot be changed. Meaning that no man can change the plan of God upon your life. Nothing, no situation, only if you allow it. And God has given us the grace to withstand time, so that we can be able to see His will at the end of our lives. So I just want to encourage you that keep on in God, keep on in His Word, keep on living according to His will, keep on following His footsteps. For I know that at the end you shall see the goodness of God. Cry now, and I know that as you continue persisting in God, you shall laugh. Mourn now, and I know that as you are mourning in God, you shall dance. And I know that God, through His plan, it shall indeed come to pass. It is all about the test of time. Wait unto the Lord through His Word, by living a holy life, by just committing yourself to the Lord, being loyal to Him, so that He may renew our strength each and every day. I thank God, because I know that through this, by you knowing that His plan is for good, you shall not quit. Just continue in Him, because I believe that as we serve God, it is no longer in vain. The things from God, He's a God that rewards, and He rewards more than what you have done. A man can reward you even less than the strength you've used, but God can reward you even more than what you have done, because He is a loving God and He's a faithful God. We thank God for His Word today, and I know that you're blessed. Feel free to subscribe to our Facebook channel, Friends Fellowship Assembly, like it and comment. We thank God and be blessed. Amen.
Thank you for joining us today. Please feel free to subscribe to our channels, like and share our videos. God bless you.